Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to ATM Spellbound. So we're picking back up not too long after the last episode. I am starting to get some walls in, but I've got a lot of little detail stuff to add, of course, because it's not just going to be flat yellow walls. But I did go ahead and did a little bit of messing around, and the framed panels do work perfectly. It does thicken out our walls just a little bit, but I think it kind of works out for us. And I figured out a way to make this work nicely. I may change the chest to like a frame chest and have it be maybe striped helix tree logs so it kind of blends in. But this is working very, very well. He's running around and he kind of bounces a little bit, but that's all right. I couldn't do it on this side because he wouldn't go to the drawer controller, but I just ended up doing flat blocks here and kind of made it so this is like broken open a little bit. And now he's working, he's working perfectly. And we get to have our doors and everything without just going with, nodes or something. So he can transfer those items. Now today, what we are going to be doing, let's pop home. And before we head down, let's actually pop up here really, really quick. I want to grab a bit of stone. Did it run out of... blaze rods, or did he just stop transferring them? Why did you stop transferring them? Okay, I'll have to figure out why he stopped moving the bones in a minute, but not a big deal. We don't need it right this second. Let me grab one more, two more of these. And what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be starting into a bit of blood magic. Now there has been some updates to blood magic. I believe it. Well, it doesn't show it in the quest, but I believe it'll still be present in this. I'm sure blood magic's been updated to where we actually have to do the dungeons and stuff to progress, which will be kind of fun. But we're not going to be going super far into blood magic today. We're just going to kind of start it a little bit. But let's go ahead and knock out a few of these like basic quests. Let's get our sacrificial knife. To get our blood altar. Oh, okay, it's like this. So we'll get that. To get our alchemy table, we are going to have to get a blank slate. Oh, we actually get some rewards as well. And let's go ahead and pop down. Now, this is actually going to be kind of like a mausoleum. I haven't built it out just yet. Like I said, I'm kind of bulk recording just a little bit because I know it's going to be Christmas. I will get some building done more on the back end of the week, but trying to get a little bit ahead so I don't feel rushed for the rest of the week, and there's still, videos and stuff like that. But down here is actually going to be our blood magic area, and right up here is actually our magmatic turtles. If we look through there, so this lava is actually going to flow down. I've got an idea for the build down here, and the blood altar is going to be setting level, but we will still be able to see the rest of the pyramid structure, and we're just going to kind of walk over. Might do this as a slab where you step down and then step up. I don't know, but I do have a plan in mind. Now I do have a totem pole over here that will be providing us with regeneration, and if worse comes to worse, we do have the red hearts because I don't think this regeneration is going to be quite quick enough. I know that there is some quests in the book here. Okay, that's just telling us about the mod, but they talk about the bag of yurting for moving the life flower. We haven't been to the abyss. We're not going to go into any other dimensions until we get into spells, which is actually going to be after we get some added item logistics from blood magic. We will be getting into some spells, so we will be doing that, and then we'll probably do some exploration after that. Maybe do the abyss mod or something, but I'd like to, the next time we explore, I'd like to have spells, so we could kind of spell sling just a little bit. But of course, at this point, we're going to have to start making slates. The wonderful world of making slates. So the way we're going to do this, actually, let's just go with 2 hoppers. Yeah, let's just go with 2 hoppers for now. Let's go ahead and clip this off. We're going to put a hopper right in there. It's going to be pulling from the blood altar. Well, actually, I need to wait just a moment to do that. But let's go ahead. We're going to put a hopper in right here. And then, of course, if we throw in stone, it goes into this. Let's go ahead and throw in 4 more stone. And, of course, if you place your stone in manually, you can only place in 1. But using this, we can place any number of stone in it. And you can see the amount of life points it's going to take. Oh, the wonderful grind of blood magic. Now, out of curiosity, do they give us any nice rewards? I don't think that they do. Sometimes, you know, you'll have quests that give, like, slates as a reward. I don't think that that's the case here. And I just noticed the quest does not feature the very best feature of blood magic, which is blood magic nodes. My personal favorite thing ever. Let's grab that. And of course, if you're not familiar with blood magic nodes, if you've been around the channel, you know that I absolutely love blood magic nodes. One of the best item transfer systems in all of modded. You know, not the most powerful necessarily, but they're great for long distance transport. And you know, back on SevTech, we actually designed our entire let's just run. This is going to take a while, but we're going to need a bunch of these. I'm just going to run a stack. It's going to be painful, but back on SevTech, you know, that was pretty much our entire item logistics system. Basically, instead of an AE2 system, we just had one big blood magic node system for the most part that handled most everything. But we don't have any speed upgrades or anything like that, so this is going to take a little bit. This is more than what we need to actually progress to the next tier, but even though it's going to be painful to do this, I'd rather just get it done, go ahead and make a stack of blank slates. And these will pull out, as soon as they're done, the hopper will automatically pull them out for us and deposit them into that hopper, because we basically set up kind of a filter system where the only things that the hopper can accept are blank slates. Let me get some hearts just in case we end up needing them. Because once again, you can eat these. Oops, I didn't mean to eat that many of them. But you can eat these and get back, you know, a bunch of health there. Okay, so this is just about to finish up, and then we will have all of our blank slates. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of top this off. Let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull these out. You can see they were starting to get pulled out here. But that, it's not as crazy useful right this second. It will be more useful once we actually get the system automated where I'm not having to stand here. But let's go ahead and pull these out for now. Also a little bit more useful when you have multiple levels of slates and you want to pull out certain ones as well. Now to actually do the quest, we do have to get the blood orb first. So we're going to go ahead and just toss, whoops. Let me replace those for now. And we'll go ahead and get our blood orb. Now, I always forget how slow this thing is. Now, one thing to note, there is the Incense Altar. I usually don't do it. I'll make them as decoration, but I usually don't set up the setup. And the reason being, there's actually not a lot of point. It increases the speed that you can get blood. It's great if you don't have regeneration or something like that. It is really good in that situation, but most packs have easy ways to get regeneration. You can get blood a little bit faster, but you can also just spam this a few times. And, you know, if you have regeneration or red hearts, you know, it really doesn't matter. And it's generally kind of, in most packs, unless it gates certain things, it's generally kind of a waste of time to even bother with, in my opinion, because as soon as we hit tier 2, we're pretty much going on to sacrificing mobs, you know. So we're not going to bother with that. We will make it. I've actually been wanting to get the wooden paths and stuff for building purposes, because I do want some of those out in the courtyard and the stone paths and stuff like that. But and we're going to be doing the Incense Altar for decoration, but we're not actually going to be setting one up for blood, because there's just not a lot of point to it. Okay, so now that we've got that, let's try to at least somewhat follow the quest. They have us making a lava crystal. We'll get that in a minute. It's actually not that big of a deal for us. We don't need it for smelting. But let's go ahead and get ourselves, let's see, 8. And then let's go ahead and get like 20 more of these. So that way we can kind of shoot through the next tier pretty quickly. So there is 28 of those. I also need to bind this. So just right click. There we go. Current owner to Asgard. And we get some stone. And we're going to go ahead and make speed runes. We definitely want some speed runes because our crafting is way slow at the moment. So let's go ahead. Now, initially, only a few of these are going to take effect. 4 of them at the cardinal directions. The corner ones won't take effect until we bump up to the tier 3. But we're going to go ahead and just make 8 of these. And then we're going to go ahead now and upgrade this to the next tier. So there we go. You can see the tier just changed to a tier 2 Blood Altar. And of course now we can take our blank slates and, well, let me just fill. This is actually, it's honestly great. I kind of jumped the gun setting it up. It's great for once we actually set things up for automation, but it's kind of not that great right this second. And we'll go ahead and make ourselves a tier 2 slate, our very first tier 2 slate. There we go. The runes of sacrifice, they're going to require the reinforced slates. I think we're going to go with 4 speed runes for right now. We're going to make 4 more of those. And also at this point, we should go ahead and get our Sanguine Scientum. Let's see. Is it this one? Tier 5. And we're just going to right click right there. And that way it lays out our altar for us. And it's just a little bit easier to build it. And we're going to put down speed runes at each cardinal point here. And then all the rest of these runes, we are going to be making sacrifice runes. So we're going to need a bunch of reinforced slates. 16 of them, in fact. I'm going to... oops, I didn't mean to put that in there. I'm going to go ahead and just dump all of these in. And this will drain our life points a little bit faster, but we do need 32,000 to get this finished out. And I guess we'll go ahead and just kind of skip through tier 2. Normally we would start sacrificing mobs here, but it's honestly pretty easy just to do this. And then the quests, they will want us to get the tier 2 Blood Orb, which is just going to be a block of redstone. Also, while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and get a Dagger of Sacrifice. Okay, so there is our reinforced slates. And then we'll go ahead and dump that in and get our next Blood Orb crafted up. Top that off a little bit. And then, of course, to move on to the tier 3, we're just going to make a couple pillars here that are too tall. We're going to put glowstone on top. And then we're going to put our runes. We're going to be doing the runes of sacrifice. Oh, and we are going to need this. So there's that. And we're going to go ahead and toss in that sword as well. There we go. There's our Dagger of Sacrifice. And then let's go ahead and get our runes of sacrifice. We're not actually going to have enough stone. I got to go back up and get more stone already. Doing things a little out of order from the quest book, but just trying to rush through all of this. The rest of our runes of sacrifice. And then if we give it just a second, boom, now we have a tier 3 altar. Perfect. Alright, now at this point, we'll have to do a little bit more effort. Because we need to start moving into sacrificing mobs. Also getting into rituals as well. Probably now would be the time to go ahead and get the lava crystal and get that converted over to the weak activation crystal, since we can do that at tier 3. Also, we should probably go ahead and get the alchemy table as well. Just go ahead and knock that out. Oh yeah, I'm going to need a blank slate. But you can see these do craft a whole lot faster now, thanks to our speed upgrades. And with our runes of sacrifice, of course, we'll be able to get a lot more blood when we sacrifice mobs. So, there we go. And we do get some plant oil, it looks like. So we're going to put our alchemy table just over here for the time being. And I should probably go ahead and charge a little bit of blood into our blood network. So we'll start doing that. You can see we can store up to 25,000. It actually feels decently quick. But I'm not going to go too crazy right this second until we get some mobs set up and we start actually sacrificing some mobs, I think. So there we go. There's 10,000 in there. That should be good. Because we're going to need that for the alchemy table, of course. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and just get a Hellfire Forge as well, just to get this out of the way. And let's see, we'll be starting into the demonic wheel stuff here in just a moment, but not just yet. What we're going to do... Oh, I did not mean to grab that many clocks. I'm going to get like a... It's just way more than what I need, but I'm going to get me like a stack of clocks and a stack of sugar. And one of our piglin spawners for the time being. That'll be fun. And then we're going to go ahead and just set us up a little kill chamber. a very, very basic kill chamber. This is only going to be temporary, and then we're going to remove it. But we basically just want... we want to spawn some mobs and get them coming down here so that we can sacrifice them. So let me just build out a little platform here. Okay, so there we go. We got some vector plates set up, and I don't have it completely filled, but this is just how many I made, and I'm not that worried about it, to be honest, because we're not going to use this for very long. But we're going to go ahead and put our spawner in right there, and then we're going to go ahead and upgrade this with as many upgrades as we can possibly put into it. Now, bear in mind that if you silk touch this, it will keep those upgrades, so we don't have to worry about reapplying them. So there we go. We've capped out spawning speed. Will it not spawn? Let's try it. Yeah, there we go. Without the warding pearl, it works perfectly. That was the issue. I didn't think about it because we don't have this one set up to ignore spawn conditions. So anyway, our pigs are going to start falling down here. And then what we can do at this point, let's go ahead and just drop this right into there. So we can store a stack of reinforced slates. And then what we can do is we can just throw this in. And this will start running. It's going to start consuming our blood that's in here. And then, of course, to refill our altar, we can just do that a few times instead of stabbing ourselves. It just makes our lives a bit easier. And with the speed upgrades that we've put in, they're going to spawn and drop down here faster than we're going to be able to kill them all. Or faster than we really need to. What did we get? Bane of Villagers 5. What else did we get? Looting 4. Perfect. We're going to need that here in just a moment. So that's actually a really good lucky drop. We also could increase the spawn count and maximum in the spawn area that, it checks. Spawn count is fermented spider eyes. And gas tears for max nearby entities. Yeah, I'll tell you what. We'll buff that up a little bit as well. We'll toss on a few of those and... spawn count. These are about to change over now to the tier 2. And then, of course, once they hit this rank, they'll start pulling those out. Okay, I got us a bit of slates. Now, we're going to go ahead and lay out the slates that we're going to need for the tier 4 altar. Of course, we're not going to be able to upgrade to the tier 4 altar just yet. We're going to have to actually go into a dungeon briefly at this point. But it shouldn't take us that long, realistically. So what we're going to go with, we're going to need 28. Yeah, 28, 28 blank runes. So let's go ahead and get those. And then we're going to do, let's go back real quick. Let's see. Let's do 8 runes of capacity. There we go. And we'll go ahead and visualize this. We're going to have our runes of capacity be setting like right there. And then we're going to make ourselves, let's go 4 additional speed runes. Or actually, let's go 8 more. Because if I don't, I'm going to end up regretting it. And these we're just going to put in right here. And then the last 12, we're going to be going with sacrifice runes. And actually, really quickly, let's go ahead and just put a comparator onto this. That way it's going to be redstone controlled, because they're a little bit noisy, and we'll just put a lever on there. And we're going to upgrade this block of gold real fast to get our next tier of blood orb. Maybe there's enough pigs. I think I can stab myself to finish it out without having to start the... Yeah, there we go. Alright, I don't know where the silverfish are that are making all that noise. I really don't. Like, it seems to think there's silverfish there or something. I don't know. Alright, but we did complete that quest. We completed this quest. We completed this quest. And we'll toss that in for right now. Now, we are going to have to do our very first ritual here in just a moment. Let's actually go ahead. Run these up. They're not going to stay lunar cobblestone, but for right now, until I figure out all the block pallets for this area, they're going to be lunar cobblestone. Okay, now at this point we need to get a lava crystal. Let's actually just pop over here. You can see where all this kind of sort of interconnects. A lot of these places will actually connect up long term, but that's why I've been trying to kind of build things somewhat close to each other, because I want all the underground areas to kind of intersect in places, and some of them be visible from the like the farming area and stuff, like the beehive and stuff will be visible, and a few other things. Okay, so the lava crystal, there's that. And then we can just throw this in the blood altar to get our weak activation crystal. So let's do that. We don't actually have a whole lot of need for a lava crystal, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and toss that in. It shouldn't take but a second. And there we go. There is our weak activation crystal. And also at this point, I want to go ahead and throw in our Magician Blood Orb, because we're going to need a bit of life points in our blood network, because we're going to have to start into just a little bit of rituals here. And we did get a blast furnace. We don't really need that. And some XP here. And then we need to start getting ourselves some ritual stones and the ritual diviner. Well, the regular ritual diviner. If we take a look, that is going to be the inscription tools. That's magma cream, obsidian, gas tier, and lapis. Which I'm just going to make a gas tier with catalyzing gland just because I can. And let's pull this out for just a moment. We're going to put that back in there here in just a minute. Try to get it roughly fully charged. But let's go ahead and get our inscription tools. These things are super cheap. And we don't actually have to go this far for what I really want. But I think we're going to go ahead and just push on through and just get blood automated, because why not? You know, at this point it would be kind of lazy not to just go ahead and push through it. And that way, honestly, we can, next episode, do a bit of automation with our nodes. We'll do a little bit of blood magic, and then we're going to be doing some automation. Also, automating slates, since our system will be up and running. We'll go ahead and just automate those, because might as well do it. That way we can just kind of coast through blood magic. Oh wait, we can't craft dusk runes at the moment, so never mind. That's next tier. That's what we're working towards, is the dusk runes. I don't know. I got ahead of myself. But then come next episode, we may go ahead and just automate wheel while we're at it. Automate blood magic this LP this episode. We may not push on to a tier 5. Well, we might. It's super easy and super cheap to do, so. But that way we can just get everything automated and then pretty much have blood magic open to us. For the most part. Let's go ahead and get ourselves... There they are. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some ritual stones. And we're going to make... Gotta see how much we need. Honestly, like 36 should be a good starting point for us. We'll get our master ritual stone. So there's that. Okay, now how much do I have? I'm getting close. Honestly, I should have enough at this point to do the ritual that we need to do. Alright, now if we take out the ritual diviner and we tab through this, the ritual that we're looking for is Edge of the Hidden Realm, I think. So if we take a look here, we need 36 runes. Okay, so we'll need to craft just a few more. And there we go. We have a filled blood network at this point as well. Okay, so as far as where we're going to set this up, this isn't a ritual that we're going to be keeping up, I don't think. Like, say, right here. And we'll go ahead and just build this out. There we go. And yeah, that's consumed all of our ritual stones. And then what we're going to do is just take our activation crystal and activate that. Boom. And then it turns all of our ritual stones into smooth stone. But we now have the inversion pillar. And then what we can do is just right click that, step through, and it takes us to the blood magic dimension. You'll see some dungeon seals. What we're going to be looking for are these keys, and these are going to open like the next rooms of the dungeon. Now at this point I should probably just go ahead, dump all of this stuff for right now. And we'll probably just loot, like, everything. Of course, hold on to our iron keys, because we are going to need those. But now what we're going to be looking for are going to be tau fruit. And we're going to start moving through this. Now, there are mobs, there are traps, things like that. So we do need to be aware of that. Oh, there's withers. Oh, that could be really, really nice, actually. Let's just take all of that. And where are they spawning from, I wonder? Ah, there's tau fruit. Perfect. Let's see if we can find a spawner. Because the spawner that we're going to get from here is actually going to be extremely useful for us. And we actually got everything that we have to have from here. And we did get a demon wheel. So we can actually skip the... since we waited till this point, we can actually skip the snares. I think we have to make one for the quest, but we can skip having to do that whole mechanic entirely. So that's actually kind of nice, to be honest. And we got another one with 15.4. So, yeah. And of course, there's lots of books here that we can steal. I don't think we found another key in this area. That's okay, though. Not a big deal. Okay, so what we're going to do now... let's just pop back home, since we did get what we were after. Let's grab our empty soul gem, and let's just spawn a mob. Well, no, let's go with something passive. It's a little bit easier for us to keep it in place for our tau fruit, because if we take a look at the bloodstone bricks, to get our very first weak blood shard, we are going to need a saturated tau. Also, we do need to make an alchemical reaction chamber, which we can pull off at this point. We may get a little out of whack with the quest at this point, but that's okay if we do. Oh no, there was actually a quest for that. Perfect. Sanguine Reverter, we'll have to, yeah, we'll have to do a little bit of wheel grinding there, but that's okay. We can get a jump start on that. And let's turn our attention over to our Hellfire Forge. Now, there is going to be a quest for getting the Soul Snare, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll just toss that in there. Boom, there's our Soul Snare. Quest complete, because we don't actually want to do that. We're going to get 7 more over here. We're going to get some XP from that. Okay. Now, the Petty Tartaric Gem, that's gold, redstone, lapis, and glass. And then we are going to want our demon wheel. So we'll just toss that into there. Toss that in, and we're going to make ourselves a few Petty Tartarics. There we go. And then what we're going to do, let's throw one of these back into there, and we'll set another one into there for right now. And then now that we've got that, what we can do is we can take our wheel, and we can throw it on the ground, and basically just absorb it into this. So we're going to do that. And that way we've got a bit of wheel stored up in this. And then to get our sentient sword, this is going to be just an iron sword. Toss that into there. And it doesn't take any wheel to get this crafted up. So we just need a Tartaric gem in there. Let's grab that. And then to get our lesser Tartaric, this is going to be a minimum of 60 wheel. So we are going to have to farm just a little bit. That's fine. So we did get a Looting 5 book. Let's take that. And did we happen to get anything with, like... Normally I store these in the library, but I just dumped them in here because I needed the space. Unbreaking 4, Sharpness 5. Actually, yeah, I like that. So let's go ahead. Boom. Now we have a Sentient Sword with Unbreaking 4, Sharpness 4, and Looting 5. And looting, it actually boosts the amount of wheel that you get. So it is going to be extremely useful for us right here. And then let's go ahead. Let's actually put this on our hotbar so we can keep an eye on it. Of course, mobs here, we're not going to be dealing a whole lot of damage to them. But we will be able to kill them extremely quickly, even steal, just using this. We're not going to really be farming wheel that long with the Sentient Sword, so I don't mind it. Actually, we might... No, we're still a little shy. There we go. We have 6146. Perfect. So at this point, we're going to upgrade one of our Tartaric gems. And we're going to go ahead and toss those in there. We are going to get enough to make a second one because we are going to need it here shortly. And then at this point, we're going to go ahead and just shift right click this Tartaric gem so it puts all the wheel that it has into that Tartaric gem. And then we'll go ahead and just grind these out a little bit here. Oh, and we actually get nether bricks from them and potions of fire resistance. Okay, now to upgrade this, we are going to need diamond, imbued slate, and block of gold. Okay, so let's just put that into there. And this is the one that we actually want. It stores 1024, so that'd be great. Minimum of 240. We're going to need just a little bit more wheel to pull this off. Okay, we should be good now. We're going to toss that in. We are going to upgrade now to the common. Wow, we got all the Modium apples. Wow, okay. Do that. And then, of course, shift right click to empty that out. Throw that one into there, and then we're going to grind up a bit of wheel again. There's actually like a boss piglin in here, but what's funny is it's actually helping me. So, I would pull out my scythe and kill it, but it's weakening all the mobs with poison, so. And it doesn't seem to be giving us poison, so. Yeah, okay, there we go. We got it filled up. So we'll just toss that into there. Anthracite. Okay, let's just... a lot of stuff coming off these guys, I swear. There we go. There is our last common Tartaric, just so that we've got it. To upgrade this, wheel crystal, yeah, all that stuff can wait. And we'll just throw this in there for now, because we're not going to need it for a little bit. Oh, so much wheel. Oh, what? We got all the Modium nuggets and piglin charms. Wow. Okay. Soul compost. What is this? What are these drops? This is amazing. Soul speed 7. Okay. Sounds good. Wow, why are piglins so good? It seems like they're dropping everything that they can trade. I should probably go ahead and switch out. Just because we're getting a lot of wheel and we will be able to make use of it. Because I'm working on killing this boss one that's here. Even though there's a part of me that wants to heal him because he's just so useful. Give us all the wheel. Oh, it piles up back there and like, I have to walk forward to get it. And at this point I can probably shut off that piglin spawner, I think. Splitting 7, Curse of Vanishing, Sweeping Edge, Endless Quiver, Thorns, Scorching Heat, more piglin charms, all the Modium apples. That's crazy they're dropping even just those. But apparently they also drop all the Modium nuggets. So I guess we could just have an all the Modium farm if we set up one of these spawners, maybe. It doesn't seem like it's a really high chance, but there's a chance, and that's all that matters. When it comes to automation, that's all that matters. Okay, well, we have 2 completely filled, well, this one's slightly below filled, but we basically have like 2 filled common Tartaric gems, so we should be good on wheel for a minute. I think we're going to go ahead and just go for a Ritual of the Green Grove. Or Sigil of the Green Grove, I mean. So let's go ahead and throw these in. And we're going to need a little bit of blood to get that. Right there, bud. So there is our growth reagent. And then let's go ahead. We need to get ourselves some Arcane Ash. So let's go ahead, throw that stuff in there, and get our Arcane Ash. And then it's just going to be Reinforced Slate. Oh, actually, we're getting close to Infusion Crystal as well. So that's quest complete. Let's go ahead set this down. We're going to put that down, and the reinforced slate. Get that going. Now, if I recall, unless it's been changed, you can get the saturated tile just from running the dungeon. But we can also get it just growing it. We will be running the dungeon a bit more. We'll be doing a bit more in there, but I would like to get spells up and going and a couple other things before we go in there. It's really not going to be all that difficult, but there is some other features that we haven't covered this episode, which we'll get into. So there we go. We just got that fully grown. It didn't get the... There we go. We got saturated tile now. Perfect. It did kill our shade monitor, but that's okay. We only need, like I said, one of these at the moment. So we'll just put that away. So let's go find us another like shade monitor. So if we do that, there we go. Still not enough. So let's do this again. Yeah, every time it gets a growth tick, it tries to eat from that shade monitor. And the green grove is making it trigger a lot more. So, yeah, this will be easy enough, though, for us to set up for some automation. There we go. But you can see we did get 2 saturated tile. Now, realistically, that's probably going to be all that we need for a good while. But we will plan on setting this up for some proper automation. But like I said, it's just not something that we're going to use much at the moment. And we did get some XP for some of these quests. Let's go ahead and just take that. Oh, that's a weird layout for the... They want you to make all the reagents and then make all the sigils, I guess. Okay. Well, anyways. To get our Sanguine Reverter, it's going to be shears, imbued slate, iron, stone. So we'll just toss all that together with our common Tartaric and get our Sanguine Reverter. So there's that. Okay, now if we set up our Alchemical reaction chamber, they increase crafting speed by 2. We take and we throw in our saturated tile, and we give this just a moment. It's going to cut that down, and boom, there is our weak blood shards. And we did get lucky because that is only a 20% chance that we get 2. So now at this point, we can go ahead, boom, get our large bloodstone bricks. And, well, actually, we can just leave them as this. And we can just top our pillars with these. And there we go. Now we have a tier 4 altar. Boom. And you can see our capacity now is 26,000 thanks to our capacity runes. And now at this point, we can upgrade our Ritual Diviner. Throw in our block of coal. Just toss that. And our other block of coal. And then... Oh yeah, and we're going to need demonic slates. So at this point, I will need to turn this system back on. But we're about to have automatic blood. We will have to make some more ritual stones, but we'll get to that. Alright, so let's get these going. We're going to need 30,000 life points. But you can see it is draining rather quickly at this point. And we almost have enough capacity for that as well. So there we go. There's our demonic slates. Did that not finish out a quest? Oh, they want us to get the Master Blood Orb. Okay. Well, it just so happens we got an extra one of these. I think we will need it anyways. And there we go. There is our Master Blood Orb. And we'll go ahead and get our Dusk Ritual Diviner. And we'll go ahead and just accept all of these quests. And now, right now, Blood Magic doesn't have any Tier 5 content, so it does just kind of cut off here. We can still go to Tier 5, and we will, but there's nothing exclusively from Tier 5 at this point. I think that's all kind of being reworked at this point. And we'll go ahead and take these also. Okay, so now at this point, we can make better rituals. So let's flip through. Let's find the Well of Suffering. We are going to need 36 runes for that. Now I am going to have to get some additional reinforced slates. Okay, now we can get our ritual stones. 36 of them. There we go. And let's hold on to that for right now, because we're going to be using that here in just a second. But now we can set up our automatic blood. And let's just come down. And we're going to go ahead and take the hopper out. Oh, that would be why. Apparently they can go inside of a hopper. Oh my gosh. Okay, apparently that's a thing. Alright, so let's put our Master Ritual Stone in right there. And, Well of Suffering, that's great. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to come out. And then we're going to drop the floor down by 2 more. Alright, so let's go ahead and build this out. And I believe it's 50,000 or 75,000 to activate. I've got like 100. I went ahead and put a bit more blood into this. I think we've got like 150,000, so we should be good. And then let's go ahead and activate that. You can see it's damaging that spider there, and it will provide us with blood. So now at this point, what we can do is we can pop up. We're going to take all of these. Just grab these because we don't need them anymore. Dump them into here. That. We're going to take the spawner. Let's actually put the diamond chest there. The lever here. And that way we can get an idea of what we're going to have dropping out of this. And then we can kind of clean it up after that. So we'll go ahead and activate that. And all of those are going to start taking damage. We're going to have lots of blood coming in. As you can see right here, this is starting to build up. And we're just going to go ahead and throw in our Master Blood Orb for the time being. And can we get rid of Piglin Death and Piglin Hurt? And then we'll start filling up our Blood Orb. It's going to take a little while at the moment to fill it up because it is a million life point. A million life points that it can store. But if we take a look here. Well, that's from earlier. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not seeing gold and stuff coming in. I think that's probably going to be a player-only kill, which this doesn't count as player-only kill. I also took out the toxic traps. I was losing my mind. I was jumping the gun and setting them up down here, and I don't know why. So I did remove those because there was really no point whatsoever to them. But we're quickly filling up our soul network at this point. It'll definitely be filled here pretty soon. So, all right. So now at this point, we have automatic blood coming in. So we're kind of set up for next episode. We are going to automate wheel just really quickly next episode, but we've got all the progression part of blood magic out of the way. We're going to automate wheel. We're going to automate slates as well. And then we are also going to be doing some, basically plugging up a few things that we've automated before, including bees, including our create system. We're going to be making some adjustments to the way loot comes in from this and the Evil Craft room, because we've just got bones just constantly coming in, and just having some general fun with nodes. And we will probably also do a little bit of other blood magic related stuff, but we'll definitely be tackling this area, getting our last Tartaric gem, and probably go ahead and upgrade to max tier altar, because once we have slates automated, and we're going to be limiting how much of those we're making and basically keeping so many stocked. Once we have those set up, then just crafting the runes and pushing on to the final tier of Blood Altar will be easy, and then we'll be able to put a lot more like speed runes and sacrifice runes and stuff like that in there to make it a bit better. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out, and I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.